Hi, my name is Aya. You're watching Aya Reads, and I'm here to do my February TBR. So as of filming, I'm still filming pretty early in the month. So I still have 2 weeks to finish my TBR, and I have a vlog that I'm going to be doing starting today, actually, that will help me finish my TBR. So I do think I will finish my TBR. If not, then... So I already filmed my TBR. I'll come back and let you know what I'm gonna do after the dice roll. My TBR game is Hitster picks my TBR. So Hitster is a music-based game. And the way I play it is I have to roll the die, and whichever number of die I get, I have to make a timeline of that amount of cards. If you want the full explanation of the rules, I'll leave the first video I ever did playing my TBR where I explain every single rule. Last TBR game I played the regular Hitster. This time we're playing the Guilty Pleasures Hitster. As always, every box has cards from every game. I just shuffled all of them together, so it doesn't really matter, but to keep it interesting, I do alternate between these two. So let's cue to the die roll. So let's start with the dice roll. Three and one. Okay, those are pretty low numbers. Should I just count them together? Should I just do 4, or should I... You know what? Let's roll again. Okay, 8 and 6. Let's do 6. Okay, you know what? Since I made it a bit more difficult for myself, let's do 6. And if I only get to 5 on my TBR, then I can accept that without having to punish myself. Let's just do that. So if I don't manage to read all the books on my January TBR, then this will not count. I will still have to read all the books. So I hope this is clear. Moving on. Let's start with the first card that will start my timeline. Once again, just like last time one, I probably would have guessed, although I don't know if I would have guessed the artist, but Journey, Don't Stop Believing, 1981. For Don't Stop Believing, I went for these lyrics. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. So I wanted a romance with a small town girl and a city boy. I do have to tell you, that was a very difficult task, because most of the small town romances, it's the man who's the small town guy and it's the girl who's from the city. But I did manage to find one. It's The Strawberry Pancake House by Laurie Gilmore. So this is the 3rd book, I believe, in this series. No, the 4th one. But I believe you can read these out of order. I mean, I did. I only read the 2nd one. So I guess now I'm going to read the 4th one. I do want to keep the last one for last, because I do know that couple has been set up in the other books. So this is about world-renowned chef and single dad Archer, and he never planned on moving to a small town, let alone running a pancake house. But Dream Harbor needs a new chef, and Archer needs a community to help raise his daughter. So it seems like he's from a city, so he's a city boy. And Iris is going to be his live-in nanny. I assume Iris is from this small town, and if not, well, that sucks for me. But I do feel like this fits. So very excited about this one. And I believe this one came out in February of last year, so I do feel like it will fit with the season it's in. So let's get started with the 2nd card, technically. I think it is after 1981, but I mean, it could just as easily be before 81. Let's just go for after. Yes! Crowded House, Don't Dream It's Over. Both of them purple. Okay. For Don't Dream It's Over by Crowded House, I went for these lyrics. In the paper today, tales of war and waste, but you turn right over to the TV page. I went for Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmu. This one I'm going to be reading for a specific vlog that comes out in February, but this has also been on my shelves ever since it came out, because this was like the Waterstones exclusive edition. It came out in 2022, but this edition was printed in 2024, so I guess I own it now for 2 years. So this is about Elizabeth Zott, who is a physicist, I think. Anyway, she's in STEM, I guess. But when she finds herself unwed and pregnant, she's forced out of her all-male team at Hastings Research Institute, and now she's forced to take a job as a host of the TV cooking show. But instead of actually teaching these like housewives to cook, she teaches women what they're really made of at the molecular level. So I figured, you know, it's the 60s, the Cold War was in the 60s, so I feel like the line war and waste fits, I guess. And also you turn to the TV page since she's on TV. I figured this fit, and I honestly couldn't think of any other book that could have fit for this song. So I am glad I could fit this one on my TBR. Let's continue. Okay, so this is a Dutch song. It is for sure Suzan and Freek. I think the song is Als het Avond is. And it's for sure way after 1986. I'm pretty sure these two were not even born in 1986. So, yes. Yes! 2018, Suzan en Freek Als het Avond is. So, I got another token. Honestly, I love their songs. So, very excited. Okay, so now for the Dutch song. So let me read the lyrics in Dutch first, and then I'll tell you what the translation is. So, Suzan en Freek Als het Avond is. So, als het avond is means when it's evening. Soms voel ik me slecht, dat je niet meer echt praten wil. Dan mis ik de tijd dat ik kwaad op je kon zijn. Nu is het stil, met het vallen van de nacht. Fluister ik nu zacht, hoor je mij misschien. Ik kan het niet hebben als het avond is. Oh, want 's avonds mis ik je vaak. So the lyrics are, sometimes I feel bad that you don't really want to talk so often anymore. Then I miss the time that I could be angry with you. Now it's quiet as the night falls. I whisper softly now. Can you hear me? I can't stand when it's evening, because in the evenings, I often miss you. So I went for the Understatement of the Year by Serena Bowen. This is the third book in her hockey college romance series, which this series is pretty old, and I'm slowly making my way through it. So I'm thinking of doing a vlog of reading like hockey romances during, like while watching the Winter Olympics. So I've never actually watched hockey, but ever since Heated Rivalry, I started watching like any other basic girl who watches Heated Rivalry. I stumbled upon the Empty Netters podcast and I fell in love with them. So now I kind of watch their podcast, even though I know nothing of hockey. So I figured, you know, maybe watching the Winter Olympics will kind of get me in to watching hockey and see if I actually like it. So I figured let's just also make a vlog out of the experience. So there's like a bunch of hockey romances I want to read, and this is one of them. So this is the third book in her Ivy Year series, and you follow two guys who used to hook up when they were in high school, and then one of them left and never spoke to him again. Now 5 years later, they're going to the same college and they're in the same hockey team, and they have to face everything that happened in the past. And I do feel like this song fits because I feel like either one or both of them might have been up in the night thinking about the other one, especially since they actually were friends first. So I'm so excited about this. It's an MM romance, which of course, ever since Heated Rivalry, I'm just gobbling them up. Yeah, I'm excited about this book. Okay, so obviously the song is called Be My Baby. I don't know who sings it, but it sounds older. So I think it is before 1981. I think so. Yeah, 1963. I don't want to jinx it, so let's just continue on with the next card. For Be My Baby, like this really any book could fit. So I went for these lyrics. The night we met, I knew I needed you so. And if I had the chance, I'd never let you go. So won't you say you love me? I'll make you so proud of me. We'll make them turn their heads every place we go. So I went for Unloved by Peyton Corinne. So the third book in this series comes out in April, so I really wanted to read Unloved before then. If I don't get around to it in February, I will for sure read it in March, but hopefully I can read it in February. Probably for the same vlog, I'll be reading the book before this one in. I don't know 100% if it will fit since I've not read this book yet, but you follow Ro and Freddie, and they met, and he was her first kiss, I believe I heard, and then he kind of forgot about that night, and I don't know, in my mind, she's never really forgotten about him. Now she's his tutor. And because he's dyslexic, he has dyscalculia, and he has ADHD. So he really, even though he's not dumb, he just cannot concentrate and he needs her help. and they're gonna fall in love, of course. So I don't know if she actually pined for him, but you know, to fit this lyric, I'm just assuming she pined. Okay, this is Blinded by the Lights by The Weeknd. Okay, 2018. How old was I? Yeah, so no, I think it's after 2018. I think so. So then it should be here. Oh my god, so close. Yes, The Weeknd, Blinding. Oh, I said Blinded by the Lights. So I don't get a coin, but I am correct. So yes, good for me. Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. I went for these lyrics. I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you can show me how to love. Maybe I'm going through with withdrawals. You don't even have to do too much. You can turn me on with just one touch. I went for Kill Switch by Penelope Douglas. This is the third book in the Devil's Night series, and I'm reading it for a vlog where I'm reading the entire series. And this one, you follow Damon, who is a villain. Like, I'm in the middle of Corrupt, and I don't like him. And something happened during Devil's Night, something he specifically did to Winter. And I believe she's blind now. And he's just like a cold-hearted asshole who has never really loved anyone until Winter. So I feel like she's the one who can show him love. I am reluctant about this book, but I've heard from a lot of people who, like, all of them said, I thought I was gonna hate this book. I hated Damon before going in, and then they ended up loving this book and him by the end. So I'm sure I'm gonna be one of those girls. So I am interested to find out how, like, what their book is gonna be like. Okay, hopefully one more. Ooh, this is difficult for this timeline because this is either in the 80s or in the 90s. Take on Me by... Who sings this? Take on Me by Wham? I don't know. Let's... Okay, this could be totally off, but I think it's here. I think it's like end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s. I could be so wrong about this. Fuck! Almost so close, but so far away. Okay, so I don't get a coin. Also, it is wrong, so let's put it here. For Take on Me, I went for these lyrics. You're shying away, I'll be coming for you anyway. I went for Cruel King by Rena Kent. This is like the prequel, I guess, to the Royal Elite series. I probably should have started with this one, but I started with book 1, and this is technically book 0. But you follow Levi and Astrid, and their children's books are some of my favorite in like the Next Gen series. So I'm actually very much looking forward to their book. In the synopsis, it says, okay, so one day I'm Royal Elite School small fly, the next I'm hunted and left to die. He doesn't only shred my life apart, but he's also coming after my heart. So it feels like he's chasing her, and it feels like it fits with the lyrics. Okay, you're shying away, I'm coming for you anyway. It feels like she doesn't want anything to do with him, but he is chasing her, hunting her. So we have seen them be happy in the other books in the series, but, you know, I'm so excited for their book. And let's continue. Okay, so this is Enrique Iglesias. So it is like right here for sure. I don't know what this song is called. What It Feels Like? I think either What It Feels Like or Do You Know What It Feels Like? I think What It Feels Like. Okay, no, definitely not. Okay, so 2007, I'm correct. Okay, so this is my timeline. 7 books on the TBR, but like I said, I'm gonna try and pick books for all of them. But if at the end of February, I only get to 6 of them, I'm okay with that. Okay, so last but not least, this was difficult, and I do feel like out of all of them, this probably will be the book that is like the lowest priority. Like I'm hoping, like I'm gonna make an effort to get to this, but I'm okay if I don't get around to this. I went for these lyrics. Do you know what it feels like loving someone that's in a rush to throw you away? Do you know what it feels like to be the last one to know the lock on the door has changed? So I figured let's go for a romance where one of the characters, probably the FMC, just got out of a long-term relationship where he didn't really love her. So I went for The Partner Plot by Christina Forrest. This is the second book in the Green Sister series, and I read Neighbor Favor and I really enjoyed it. And in Neighbor Favor, you saw Violet actually get engaged and you saw her happy with like her fiance. And I'm not sure if, no, I'm not sure if actually in that book, yeah, it must be, she finds out that he's been cheating on her. So this book, she ends up getting drunk married in Vegas. So it seems like it fits. Like, obviously in her last relationship, he didn't love her. He did things behind her back that she had no clue of. And now she's probably going to be happy with Xavier. So yes, that was the TBR. I do feel like since a lot of these I have active plans to read them for vlogs. So those are Lessons in Chemistry, The Understatement of the Year, Unloved, Kill Switch, Cruel King. 5 out of the 7, I have active plans to read them for reading vlogs. So those I will read. And then there's 2, and both of them are continuations of series, which I do want to, like, one of my, like, I don't have any goals, but the one goal I do have in the back of my mind is try and finish as many series as I can. So those books will fit that. So I am gonna try my hardest to get to all of them, and I am excited about all of them. So I am very excited about this TBR. So let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts were. Also, if you would have picked a different book for any of these songs, let me know. And also let me know which book you're most looking forward to reading in February. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know by leaving a like if you did. And thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.